Have you heard of Big Wasp Tattoo Supply? I have. I've bought many of their items on Amazon and their website. They're available on both, which is super awesome. I love availability. Well, here's another one for you. They've sent me the Z1. It's a little nicer than the V12, I think, because it has a bigger grip, and I can't wait to try it right here on the Floaty channel. Don't forget, everything you see here can be found in a link in the description below. Use our links to support my channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Let's take a look. The Z1 is an adjustable stroke length machine. I've had some amazing machines that are similar to this style, so I'm super excited to show this to you guys today. Let's open up the box. Dang, I got the red and black one. It looks super awesome. Take this out carefully. Oh yeah, that looks nice. That is a much better grip, I think, on that thing. What else we got in here, by the way? Should we look at all the accessories? What you get with it. Looks like you get a RCA conversion head, which means you can go without the battery. I do love that because I like to plug into my Musotoku. Battery number 2 and battery charger. 2 batteries, 1 charger, 1 data line. Let's take a look. All right, there's our USB, USB-C. We've got a battery here. Yep, we got a battery here. So we got 2 batteries in the kit, which is nice. Standard charger here for the batteries, so that is nice. These are just standard lithium-ion batteries. The charger you can find in a lot of different places, so that is very nice as well, very convenient. All right, we got the flat side on there. Put that back in. So we should be able to take the battery off because they've supplied for us the RCA connection as well. That is very, very cool. Let's see if I can figure out how to remove this battery. First, I'm just gonna try pulling it. Well, no. Twist it off. There we go. Very easy. Now you've got a machine that is a fraction of the size here, so about 2/3 of the size. There it is, the battery. So I am a fan of that. Let's take a look at the stroke lengths. We have 2.6, 2.9, 3.2, 3.5, 3.8, and 4. So it goes up to 4. The motor in this should be similar to the V12. I've been very happy with that. Motor, I don't find that I have to go up in stroke length very often doing fine line work or anything like that, but getting into those heavier needle groupings, the higher stroke lengths are nice. So we're going to test that out with this machine, see if also that heavier grip helps with those bigger needle groupings, and just see how this feels overall. I like the look of it. I think they've made some improvements here with the appearance of the machine itself. The stroke adjust system here looks slightly different. I think it just looks smoother and more sleek and just a little, I guess, easier to turn here. I can feel the notches a bit better between. You have, don't forget, you have these half adjustments in between here as well for the stroke. So even though you have the listed numbers, you have those increments in between as well. So that is pretty cool. Should we try it with the battery? Let's take this off. And our battery is back on. Let's turn the battery on and see how that looks. There it is. The battery looks like it goes up in 0.1 increment voltages, which is great. Sounds like it's got a little boost mode in there for the battery. I will say the battery feels pretty lightweight. Let me just take a look at that again. Oh yeah, it's actually really lightweight. I think they've made some efforts here into making this battery particularly lightweight, but the material on the outside is very minimal, and even though it looks like it pretty much adds another grip length to it, it's lightweight, way more lightweight compared to the grip. You see the weight distribution here is clearly at the end, and there is a bigger grip here to play with. So let's get this prepped up and ready for trial on some silicone. I want to demonstrate it for you guys. All right, let's do it. All right, I've got the Z1 all ready to go here with my floaty grip. We have some needles today, a 3-round liner and a 5-round shader are from GMK. These are blue gem cartridges. I'm super excited to try these out. So we should start with the 3-round liner first. The Z1 is definitely more modern looking. I do like the update in appearance. I've said that again, it's way less boxy looking. I feel like that's more comfortable for your hand as well, more comfortable for changing controls. It's definitely an improvement. We are going to start here at 7.5 volts. There's your display. That's what it sounds like with the battery. There's 2 things to change. Here we have an adjustable stroke. I'll start in around there. And then we have the needle depth, which is more of a clicky sound. All right, let's just pull a line here with the 3-round. Just gonna do one little test line. Nice quick line at 7.5 volts. That seemed to really get in there well at the 3.5 millimeter stroke, going pretty quickly there. So we're probably nailing the settings right off the bat. That's cool. Let's try a little more. I feel like I have really good control with this machine. Part of it is just how comfortable it is in my hand. Just lowering the voltage now at 6.5. Just going to play around with the shading. Still at the same stroke. If on a lighter hit there, it's getting a little dark there. We can just come down, so let's go down. Hear the machine change a little. Part of that was my finger hit the voltage, but I'll show you again. You can't really hear the stroke changing too much. It's definitely, you can feel the hit changing though. It feels like a softer hit now. Some whip shading. I'm just gonna increase the hit. Here it's at a 3.5 stroke. I can feel it definitely hitting the surface harder here. Whipping the surface harder. You can see the dot patterning changing slightly here, getting a little more spread out with that increase in the stroke. Maybe reducing the look of lines and increasing the appearance of the more pepper shading that you're going for. Well, I can't wait to try the dot shading on skin. I feel like I have really good control of it with this machine. I can see an obvious difference here in the patterning when I change the stroke length, showing me that it is affecting the quality of the machine. I also feel like it's driving it in just fine at the same voltage in both these different stroke lengths. It is a 3-round liner. It shouldn't have any difficulty at either 3.5 or 3.2. So that's great. The blue gem cartridge is working amazingly. This 3-round liner, 12 gauge, pepper shading beautifully. Look at that. Nice, beautiful, crisp dots. Can control it well with my stroke adjustment here. You want a good machine for pepper shading where you can make those alterations. The cartridge here, this blue gem cartridge from GMK, I can read the number really well. The finger ledge for it without any additional coverage actually feels pretty good. It's very large, so it's not too small. If my finger for my finger to rest here, it actually conforms really well. You can see it right there. And we have the clear tip where we can see our ink, my favorite. So far, lining really straight. You can see this 3-round liner here on the silicone. 5-round shader. Should I shade with it? Should I line with it? Doesn't matter. Here it is. Let's do it. GMK Blue Gem. Again, beautiful cartridges. I really like how these look. Very stable feeling. So I'm at 3.5. Again, just kind of like to start in the middle somewhere. Since we did go up, we went up to a 5-round shader, and it is a shader, not a liner, which means the orientation of the needles is a bit different. A shader has more of a flat tip. There you can almost see it. That means more surface area. That means we'll probably have to drive it in a bit more to get a crisp line. We got a nice line at 3.5 with the 3-round liner at 7.5 volts. So let's just start there. So as you see the needle wobbling a little bit, not crazy about that. I'm just going to turn my stroke up a little bit. Definitely felt better going in. There we go. Definitely harder to calibrate for lining with a round shader. But this last one here is a little more crisp. I'm higher up, 7.8 volts, not by much, just by 0.3 volt increment from where I was with the 3-round liner. And I did increase the stroke just halfway, which is nice. You can go halfway between. Very cool. And even nicer, they're actually returning back down to a 3.5 and just increasing my voltage. Sometimes the basics too. I feel like that one was my best. Looks really nice and crisp. So getting my best line at 3.5 millimeter stroke at 7.9 volts with the 5-round shader. Definitely takes just a bit more to drive it in. I tried going up in stroke length, but eventually did come back down. I do like it at 3.5 on the silicone. People will be different, of course. Nice black dots going in great with the round shader. I dropped it down a little bit for the packing, for safety, and for effectiveness. We are at about a 7, and we're getting it in just fine, beautifully on the silicone. Here is an 11 round liner. This is a Bronc cartridge. You can get these at Big Wasp Tattoo Supply. We're going to test this thing out. We have an 11 round because we want to see how these stroke lengths affect that. So I'm going to go up to just start at a 3.8. Going up a little in voltage here now. We're at an 8. We'll just start there. I want to be able to go a bit faster, so I'm going to turn it up just a bit here to an 8.5. I really feel it hitting hard. I'm at a 3.8. I'm going to go down. I want to see if I need all that hit for an 11 on the silicone. See, that's actually feeling better. Yeah, that's a toughie. I think I like it. Ooh, that's the one right there. That's that one. So yeah, there we go. So I am happiest with this 11 round liner. This line here felt really good. Just make sure it got in as good as it felt. Yes, it's beautiful. And it felt really straight and controlled. I am at 8.3 volts at between a 3.8 and a 4. So a 3.9, I would say, millimeter stroke. That would be the logical thing. 3.9 millimeter stroke at 8.3. Beautiful. Really nice. So 11 round liner driven into this silicone, no problem. Skin is not as finicky or annoying in the sense of density as skin. However, you will more likely run into doing more damage. So be careful, you know. And these are the settings that make sense for silicone. Don't assume they are the settings for skin, but that is what they're looking like. And I'm really happy with how this is lining. I'm going to play a little bit more at the setting that I like. All right, I got this little flower here done, this daisy with the 11 round liner. It's cutting through the silicone, no problem. I used it all again at that 3.9 millimeter stroke. Lastly, we have a Big Wasp cartridge, the 15 curve mag in a standard gauge. Okay, there's the 15 curve mag. I'm at 7 volts right now. Let's just start it the same as we start everything. 7.5. Just change this to 3.5. We are shading now with the mag. Depending on what you're doing, you're going to change your voltage for shading versus trying to line a little bit with the side of it. Let's just try it out here. So starting out at the 3.5 stroke length. Definitely feels like it's hitting hard there. Probably a little too hard. We're coming down. Yeah, it feels better. So there I am now, 3.2. Looks like a nice shade. So here, when you can see the hit is a little bit too hard, it's kind of skipping over. You can see some empty spaces there. Here we see more of a smooth shade where everything's a little more consistent. I'm getting that at 7 volts at 3.2 millimeter setting with the 15 curve mag. I'm gonna come down a little. 6.7 volts. Let's get a nice light shade so you can see. Lay into it a little more. Really nice, controlled, clean hits with this machine. I'm just going to turn the voltage back up. I want to see the patterning of the cartridge in more of a line. Really, really nice control, really beautiful, crisp, dark lines that I'm seeing in each individual needle in this 15 curve mag. You can see that it has no problem even just at 3.2 getting into the silicone 3.2 millimeter stroke. This is at 7.5 volts, so you can see it's performing really, really nicely there. Hope you can see how well saturated that is. Impressive. Beautiful. Did a little black packing with the mag at 6.7 volts on the silicone. It's turning black very quickly. Very nice. So that completes our needle test on the silicone. Okay guys, I have wrapped up my demonstration on the silicone of the Z1. I've been using the V12 in my tattoo studio for about 6 months and it's been performing wonderfully. But I feel like the Z1 is better performing in the sense that the grip is heavier and I feel like that helps drive the needle downward. So I actually like the Z1 better for a few reasons. Number one, the grip is just weighted really well and I can't wait to try that with the larger needle groupings especially. Number two, the look of it. It is much sleeker, less boxy looking and a little more professional looking if you ask me. Number three, the price is amazing. It's actually less expensive than the V12. So the Z1, if you want to get it today, don't forget to use our link in the description below. I can't wait for you guys to try it. This thing has a lot of punch, especially for the cost, and you have so much versatility. It's a wonderful tool for a beginner and for a professional. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to use our links in the description below and visit Big Wasp Tattoo Supply, or Amazon.com for all your orders. Okay, thank you. Support us. Smash.
Thank you. Bye.